I love seeing how new players fit into their teams. Lots of interesting moves this offseason, but now we get to see how the pieces actually come together.
Yeah, you know, for me, it's all about the rookies. I mean, lately it seems like every draft class has been absolutely loaded, so it's fun to see how they adjust to the pro game.
Over to the left wing. Pass to Harris.
Make a dance couple times, girl, I take my picture. I bet my pinya. Jif. 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 I bet my pinya. I bet my pinya. Girl, why? Jif.
And Monte Carlos and El Dorado. So I'm waking up out of my slumber feeling like Rollo. So follow, it's showtime at the Apollo minus the Kiki Shepherds. With about a the leopard Prince, Teddy, Pendergrass, cooler than Freddie Jackson, sipping a milkshake in a snowstorm in the dorm room at the AU. Athletes might cake you, but you must have me mistaken with them statements that you make, Yellow 7-9 civilians on display. My bongo hooked it up. Oh my god, dip my rim today so can ride out to the honeycomb hide out. I'm show you how to wild out like Jack Tripper. Let me be YKK on your zipper. Like a lizard when I'm 6 million ways to like Noah. I get 2 of views and you get pretty. But I call you from 80s. I know you'll be there for me, girl.
Huge baby eyes get to running off at their mouth and telling me everything that's on your mind. They say you're in need of inviting me to that. I love who you are, love who you ain't. Let's hit the attic to hide out for about 2 weeks. Rick James and double time the boy next door.
In the booth with Tim Swartz and Brian Benefitemi, I'm Blake Suniga, and we're glad to have you along for the ride. Our starting lineups, a look at the matchups here, and who we'll see for our starting 5 for both teams. And it's the Fever Ball.
She's been in this league for a decade and a half now, but DeWanna Bonner is still going strong.
Yeah, that's maybe her greatest attribute, her consistency of excellence. She can do a lot of things at a high level, and you always love to see her activity level at both ends. She's a coach's dream.
Now it's Reese. Doubled by Howard. Pass to Nurse.
Outside Reese.
6 on the shot clock. Back to Nurse. Reese. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Kia Nurse.
Despite playing a lot off ball as a 2-guard, Nurse has developed a solid passing game.
And now just over a minute played here in the first. Clark outside.
Double team on Caitlin Clark.
It's stolen by Angel Reese. With the shot. And a little luck that time, but it drops.
She's fortunate that that shot found the bottom of the bucket.
Clark, left side. Takes the three. Chicago with the rebound.
Yeah, she didn't punish them for the weak coverage that time, but they just can't count on her missing.
Absolutely, Brian. She's got to go right back to that shot.
Tough question here for you guys. Who is the best shooter in the league?
Well, I'm going to go with the easy answer. Sabrina Ionescu led the league in threes made last year and shot it at 45%. I mean, we're talking about volume. We're talking about efficiency. 45%. That was third best in the league.
I second that. Plus, at 2024.
Can't you hear this verse popping, locking? Put it simply, I got the juice like I'm Cochran. Minute Maid, critter put this juice in a carton. A dime and a nickel turn this bargain into margins.
Here with Tim Swartz and Brian Banafitemi, I'm Blake Suniga, and it's good to have you with us. The starting fives for our game. Here's a look at both lineups. Tip-off coming up in just a moment. Reese, no good.
And one thing about this Chicago team, they play hard, they play with effort.
They have such a great mindset. It's a tough one. They don't give up anything easily. And that starts with their young bigs. They set the tone. If you're going to play this Sky team, you are in for a battle.
Now it's Reese.
Lets it fly from 18. And it's good off the glass.
And here's Indiana.
And here's Clark. Lays it up and banks it in.
Very well done. Confident and composed as always.
Here's Reese. The Fever pull it in. We played just over a minute here in the first. Clark outside. Puts up a three.
And again, Clark missing. Now it's Reese.
First quarter play with about a minute and a half gone by. Clock at 6. Nice form on the 20-footer.
Well, that's a good end to a not-so-good possession.
And it's the Fever ball. Clark outside. This one for three.
Another miss there by Caitlin Clark. And guys, this is something we were just talking about off the air, but Caitlin Clark is one of the most hyped basketball players that we've ever seen.
Yeah, and we're not just talking about the WNBA. When you talk about the most hyped rookies, I think you probably have to go back to 2003 when LeBron went first overall. Basically, it's going to be really fun to see how Caitlin Clark's career goes.
Again, the miss by the Fever.
Wow, hey, this quarter has been ugly for her.
And it's not showing signs of turning around anytime soon.
P. Diddy need 20% or whatever. Outside, my head in my hands.
I told her my name is Sen. She said no, the one on your birth certificate. Your boyfriend ran from a diamond test cause they weren't legitimate. She Turkish Cypriot, but her car's Brazilian. I want her. My bro wants her affiliate. I'm cheap, still like, yo, can I borrow your Netflix? She a feminist, she think I'm sexist. Twisting my words, I think she dyslexic. Give me my space, I'm intergalactic. Before I give you my Insta password, I'll give you the pin to my Amit. Alright. This ain't stainless steel, it's platinum. Dinner table, I got manners. T-shirt tucked in, napkin. Still loading, that's the caption. I've only amounted a minimal fraction. Eat good, I got indigestion.
Some triple threat online action with our 2K TV award winner, E-Bands.
We are here celebrating our 2K TV wrap party, and we're gonna head into the triple threat park today with two members of Team 2K TV, Danny and John, and one community member, E-Bands. Welcome back to 2K TV. We are so excited to have you on the show once again. How are you doing today?
Doing good. Thanks for having me back.
In triple threat, you can pick your card. So which card and player are you using today? Because this is going to be a good one.
I'm gonna be using Invincible LaMelo Ball. That's definitely my favorite card. This came out all year.
So I'll be running with Invincible Giannis, so I can help with any of the other skills that need taken care of in this game.
And I just want no excuses, so I'm running Invincible Wemby.
Let's look at our opponents here. Who do we got? Paul George. Ooh, Kawhi. That's gonna be a good defensive team, I'll tell you that.
Yes.
Shy. But yeah.
Okay, this is the first time I've ever seen John make a three. Normally he just stands under the basket. Okay, John.
Man, you have him moving. There is something else seeing someone who knows what they're doing and dribbling with LaMelo like that.
How many ankles do you think you've taken this year? Hundreds? Thousands?
A lot, especially with the ankle breaker takeover.
When I'm out here playing, I feel like a lot of players use like PG. I do see Duncan a lot. What are some of the cards you see the community running with when you're out here playing?
A lot of Tim Duncan. I think personally, he's one of the best level 40 rewards just because he had every 6'11". A lot of people run Beasley, Gary Payton, those cards with the fast shots.
Oh yeah, that's
I went to your corner, my bad. Here you go.
Take that.
Yeah.
Good stuff, Danny.
Good pass.
Good pass.
Good defense by Kawhi.
It really is.
Oh!
Doesn't matter though.
Wow.
Ooh, now it's not comfortable.
This Paul George is moving too. Current level 40.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Look at those moves, man. 5. Finish.
Good take.
Big D. Big D, no threes.
No threes.
Help.
Good stuff.
Stay on. Yep, no threes.
Yep.
Switch on screen? Yeah, yep.
Okay, I'm down.
1 second.
That's fine.
Man,
that was a tough shot.
two.
That was a tough shot. Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Game
What a shot!
Here we go.
That was nasty.
A shot only fit for a king of the court. Let me tell you that, ladies and gentlemen. That was disgusting. E-Bands, congratulations.
17 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists, 4 steals. MVP of the game for sure. Wow.
Didn't do it at Danny and Schmink for sure. Great team ball, great defense.
Team
Thanks.
ball.
You can just drop us back down to earth anytime you want. Thanks for the carry. That was amazing.
E-Bands, thank you so much for carrying Team 2K TV. Take some Tylenol. I hope your back's okay from carrying both of them. But that was one heck of a performance.
It definitely was. Thank you so much for joining us for our wrap party.
Thank you for having me.
And there it is. More games to come.
You know who it is. If you don't, it's your boy Shake. Shout out to the Shake Squad and shout out to the Rise community. Shout out to everybody playing NBA 2K25. I want you to have a fun and safe summer. Enjoy yourselves, and I'll see you guys out there in the city.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Bashford reporting live from 2K TV, man. This summer, I want you to get out there, have fun, ball out till you can't ball no more. My one tip is, man, try something new. Promise you, you're going to enjoy yourself. Hey, and don't forget, make sure you're out there splashing, all right? Get out there and splash, man.
What's going on, everyone? It's your girl, Naomi. Continue to bring all that positive energy. Continue to have a great time this summer. And honestly, my tip is super simple. Turn off that shot meter and turn on high risk. It helped me go from 40% to 60%. So go ahead. I'll see you out in the city, and I want to see all those greens. Peace.
Hey, this is Ebanz, the king of the court, and here are my 3 gameplay tips to up your game in 2K25. The first gameplay tip is switching. This gives you control over your defense.
And inside the locker room, everyone trying to lock in. Get mentally ready for another hard-fought NBA battle. From everyone here at 2K, thanks for joining us. We've got a Wednesday afternoon edition of the NBA for you. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Golden State Warriors here in Chase Center. And along with Grant Hill and Doris Burke, I'm Brian Anderson, joined by Allie LaForce, our reporter. A look at Cleveland's opening lineup. At the 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Mobley and Allen. Mitchell on the wing with Strus. And it's Garland in at the point. And for the Warriors, Curry and Pods make up the backcourt. Moses Moody out there with Jimmy Butler. And it's Green in at the 5 spot. We should see some great ball movement with these two teams, Grant. Fantastic group of passers on each side.
They're just so unselfish. They play for one another. You can see how it keeps the whole team involved. And I'll tell you what, I just love watching teams that can pass like this.
Outside Butler. Outside Moody. Launches it. Strus grabs the miss. Pass to Garland. Over Curry. Ooh, lands soft on the front of the rim and drops in.
Well, such confidence on display from Darius Garland. Doesn't waste possessions, aggressive offensively.
And Doris, who can forget the 2016 Cavs, the team that brought Cleveland their first NBA title.
And not just basketball. The city hadn't won a championship, BA, in any sport for over 50 years. And for LeBron, a homegrown talent, to do that with Kyrie, that is a team that will always have a special place in Northeast Ohio lore.
Connects from downtown.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Back to Curry from deep. And the Warriors get it back. Mitchell deciding where to go with it. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Garland, no good.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
To the paint. Here's Butler. No good there. Good D by Mobley.
He's got a great defensive mind. He gets good position and affects the release.
And he did it without fouling, and that's become an art, changing shots without making contact.
Now here's Mitchell, and there's a 3-second violation. Fields checked in for Curry. Hunters checked in for Cleveland. Okoro comes in for Strus. Golden State has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Well, you look at Evan Mobley, Doris, so agile for his size.
This is a young man, Brian, with so much upside. Defensively, he can guard on the perimeter, slides his feet, keeps his balance, contests without fouling, and he's growing every repetition on the offensive end. I can't wait to see his future. Boy, you almost feel bad for the defender here, right? He tries to challenge Jimmy Butler's shot, times it pretty well, but gets tricked by the pump fake.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. And when you look back at the 2023 draft, the Warriors got great value out of their picks.
Yeah, I mean, they got Pajimski with the 19th pick, a versatile player who impacts the game at both ends. And they also got Trace Jackson Davis late in the second round. And he is a fundamentally sound big man with great upside.
Butler hits them both. All right, guys, we're lucky to have Shams Charania joining us now. Our 2K insider calling in with a story. What do you got, Shams?
Guys, thanks. Well, Jimmy Butler is in the 5th stop of his NBA career. He'd been in a standoff with the Heat. As they hesitated to extend him at the number he desired, he knew there's going to be someone willing to pay up. And, guys, I'm very interested to see how Butler fits in his new opportunity.
Yeah, we'll continue to track that story. All right, Shams, thanks a lot. And terrific work on the offensive glass as he picks up the deuce.
My goodness, Jimmy Butler is so explosive. Half-court transition, it doesn't matter where it is.
Hunter against Butler. Now here's Hunter. Outside Garland. Shot clock at 6. Allen with a screen on heel. Garland for 3. Unable to get that one. And at the end of 1, a closely contested game so far. The Warriors on top, leading by just 2. And we've got more action coming your way after this break. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And from what we've seen here from the Warriors, what's your take so far?
Oh, what I love was that first quarter was all about leaking out and capitalizing in transition.
And why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
Curry and Hield to the sharpshooting backcourt. Jonathan Kuminga is out there with Gary Payton II, and it's Jackson Davis in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the Warriors 5. And the basket by Hield. All right, Doris, you think this heliocentric style of play can lead to championship success?
Brian, this is such a big-time question, and I think a difficult one to answer. By heliocentric, we mean that the best player on your team is making up a greater percentage of the usage, meaning the ball is in their hands more. What that has led to are some of the most efficient offenses in the history of the game. But does it lead to championships? That is the answer to the question we all seek.
Now here's Curry. He's scoreless. They set the pick. Goes up from the top of the key. And it's Hield missing.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
Grant, the Cavs making the playoffs the last 2 years. A big deal in Cleveland.
Well, outside of years with LeBron on the roster, they hadn't made the postseason since 1998. But this group of Cavaliers are making their own history now.
Evan Mobley might be a big man, but boy, how about the touch on that pass right there?
Hield passes to Curry. And the Warriors with another 3. These teams have really gone back and forth.
Yeah, 5 lead changes already. This one's going to be a battle for sure.
And we've got a timeout called by Kenny Atkinson. He wants to review the game plan. And a new group getting ready for the Warriors. Green's checked in for Jackson Davis. Jimmy Butler comes in for Kuminga. Moody's checked in for Payton. And Pajemski subbed in for Curry. And the Cavaliers will go for a different look here. Thompson, he's checked in for Evan Mobley. Strus comes in for Okoro. Mitchell's checked in for Green. And Garland is subbed in for Jerome. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Outside Mitchell. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. Of course, back in January 2023, Donovan Mitchell became the 5th player to ever score 71 in a game.
Think about this, Brian. Just Wilt, Kobe, David Thompson, and David Robinson had done it before Donovan Mitchell. Incredible company he keeps.
First one falls for him. Yet, Grant, despite the Warriors' success over the last decade, it hasn't always been this way for this franchise.
Yeah, they didn't have many winning seasons before they got Steph, Clay, and Dre. And you know, BA, from 1978 to 2012, they made the playoffs just 6 times.
Wade, he's checked in for Thompson. And that's good as he hits both shots.
One of the things about Donovan Mitchell's game that I love is he's got elite athleticism. There is speed, there's burst, and there's physical strength. This guy is very capable offensively.
Now here's Butler. And again, it's Golden State.
Put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
Garland with the ball, defended by Pajemski. The offensive rebound. Hunter, a screen on Hield. From deep, Mitchell. Cleveland again missing. And it's Butler with the ball for the Golden State Warriors. Here's Green. Oh, Green! Flexing on him with the strong finish.
Draymond Green plays with power and with energy. Contact does not deter this man.
Hunter with the ball. Fires from deep. The shot comes out. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Warriors ahead. They're up by 3. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Without question, Jimmy Butler displaying his skills today.
You know, I'm not really sure what defenders can do to slow him down. He's just too skilled.
Well, perhaps the most impressive thing has been his incredible consistency. This guy is a great player who always brings a ton of energy. What a great half.
On the court for the Cavaliers. Strus at small forward with Mobley next to him. Garland and Mitchell, the talented 1 and 2. And it's Allen in at the center position.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one misses. And no good on the second free throw, so 0 for 2 there.
Boy, that's not the result I would have predicted. Usually you can take those to the bank when he's at the line.
Now well into his 30s. Is it fair to start wondering how many seasons Jimmy Butler has left, Grant?
Well, it's a fair question, B.A. But at the same time, Jimmy's hunger is just so different than everybody else's, which I could see helping prolong his career.
Now here's Mitchell. Just 5 on the clock. He's off on the layup. The Warriors lead by 3. Green with a screen on Mitchell. Now here's Pajemski. Checked by Mitchell. Outside Pajemski. Driving inside. Pass to Green. Moody from outside. Ooh, the smooth 3 from Moody.
Well, their size, their strength, and their skilled passing ability. Draymond Green has such a great mix of attribute and skill.
And Kenny Atkinson has called a timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Pass to Strus from the arc. Hauled in by Curry.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
From deep three-point range. Doesn't go for him. The Cavaliers trail by 6. Outside Strus. Back to Garland. 1:27 left in the third. Inside. Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Curry. In transition, here come the Warriors. Here's Butler. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. They'll pin that one.